verify the law of combination, in which we will see series and parallel combination. For series combination, this will be the arrangement x1 and x2. We'll be having two resistance whose value we don't know. So x1, x2 both are unknown. We have to arrange this in series combination. And for second part, we have to arrange these two unknown resistance in parallel combination. This is your circuit diagram. The apparatus required for this is meter bridge, battery, connecting wire, rheostat, key, resistance box and unknown resistance, which we are going to use for series and parallel combination. And the formula for series combination is x1 plus x2, and for parallel combination x1 into x2 upon x1 plus x2. Okay. So this is your meter bridge. Already I have done resistance in galvanometer. So this is your meter bridge, battery, galvanometer. This is your jockey, resistance box, rheostat. Okay. Here we'll be having a two end. This is your point A and this will be your point C. Clear? Point B, and where the jockey will touch, that will be your point D. Now, for unknown resistance, we have used this two box. For series combination, what you have to do, this is in meter bridge will be having a two gap, left gap and right gap. So we have to do the experiment for both the gap. So first we'll see for series combination. For series combination, I have taken this two unknown resistance. See the connection. Positive of the battery will go to the point A, negative will go to the key. Okay. And the second end of the key will go to the rheostat upper end, and this is your variable point. Clear? Now this two gap will use for unknown and known resistance. This resistance box is your known resistance. Okay, and these two are your unknown resistance. We have to connect first for series combination. So for series combination, what you do, just connect in series like this. Make the series combination. Connect this two wire and this two end means you have to make one line. Okay, straight line, and these two end we have to connect in one gap. So here I am connecting in left gap. Okay, I am connecting this in left gap. So effective resistance will be sum of these two resistance, that is x1 plus x2. Now this galvanometer, one terminal will go to the point B, and the second terminal of the galvanometer we have connected this jockey. This is your known resistance box. This we will connect in right gap. Make sure all the connection you have done tightly. You have to check once whether all the connection are tight or not. After that, I am making power supply on. With the help of jockey, I have to check opposite deflection in the galvanometer. If galvanometer shows opposite deflection, means the connection which you have done is correct. If it is not showing opposite deflection, means somewhere connection is wrong. If connection is proper, then check whether it is loose somewhere, then only it will not show deflection in opposite direction. So here it shows deflection in opposite direction when I am touching to both the terminal, and then means correction is correct. Now for series combination, effective resistance will be more. So from known resistance box, I have to remove higher value. So first make sure all the keys are tight. So first I will remove from here. You have to check it from here. Remove. First I am removing 10. I have to find the balancing length, and the balancing length should come between 30 and 70 on this meter scale, 30 and 70. So I have removed from here 10 ohms. I will find the balancing length. Now it goes more than 30 and 70. The balancing length crosses 72. Means this value I will not take. I will remove more value. So in this way you have to check whether you are getting the balancing length between 30 or 70 or not. So what I will do, directly I will remove from here. Like this you have to check. I have done this, so I know I will get the balancing length from 70. I have removed from here 70 resistance, 50 ohm and 20 ohm, 70 ohm. Then I will find the balancing length. It should come null deflection, which is 0.0. See the deflection in the galvanometer, it comes at 0. This is the balancing point, or it is called as null deflection. Now where it comes, it is around, we have to check the upper scale. Upper scale is around 49. Okay, 49.2 we can say. So it is 49.2. So how to write the length? 49.2 upper scale. On the upper scale what I have connected? Right side resistance. So this is your length LR. LR is 49. And what will be the LX? 100 minus 49.2. That will be your LX. Clear? So for second reading what you have to do? I have removed 70. Now I will remove 80. Total resistance I removed 80. Again I will find the null deflection. I have to touch the jockey where I am getting the null deflection on this wire. Now I have removed 80. I will find the balancing length where it comes. So null deflection is at point C. The null deflection I got over here. Now I will find the reading. This is your null deflection, and the reading is, if I take this side, it is around 41.2. So this is your LX, because I am measuring the length along across unknown resistance. So this will be your 41.5. Okay, now the next reading I will remove is 90. From unknown resistance I have removed 90. The same way I will find the balancing length. I will touch the jockey on the wire. You have to slide, tap the jockey and see where you are getting the null deflection. The null deflection is at point 40. Now it is exact at 40. This is your 40. Okay, so this is your value of LX. LR you can find by subtracting it by 100. So here we have taken the reading, series in left gap, unknown resistance in left gap. So 70, 80, 90 resistance we have removed. So LX will be 37.9, LR 100 minus 37.9, you will get 62.1. Then LX at 42.1, for 80 resistance I got null deflection, 100 minus 42.1 will be 57.9. Then for 90 I got balancing point at 35.8, 100 minus 35.8 will be 64.2. Substituting in this formula, R LX upon LR. R is your 70, LX and LR value this, you will get this value for unknown resistance XS. Now you have to find series in right gap. What you have to do? Just remove this resistance box, because this we have connected in the right gap. We have to connect, we have to interchange the gap. Just remove this unknown, connect this unknown resistance in the right gap now. known resistance box in the left gap. So in which gap you are connecting unknown, that gap we have to consider. Now this unknown is in our right gap. So we'll write reading in the resistance in right gap. Now in the same way, after changing the gap, we'll just see whether we are getting opposite deflection. Yes. Now again we'll start with the same resistance 70, 80 and 90. So first I will remove 70, sliding over this on the wire. This is your null deflection I got, and the length is over here is 49.5. 49.5 is your LX because I am taking this reading. This is 49.5 and here I have connected X. So this is your LX. So you have to write under LX 49.5 and this you have removed what? 70. Now next I will remove 80. Again for 80 I will find the balancing length where I am getting 0. You have to just slide on the wire. Now this is the point I am getting for 80. It is 39.2. 39.2. 39.2 is your LX for resistance 80. Now for third what I will remove? I will remove 90. Again find the balancing point, balancing length, that is null deflection. Null deflection is at point. It is 39.5. 39.5. Clear? So for interchanging the gap 70, 80, 90, again we have removed. For 70 LX I got 38. 100 minus 38 is 62, and after substituting in the formula you will get 42.903. This value you have to do it by log calculation. Then 80, for 80 LX is 38.9. 100 minus 38.9 is 61.1. Substitute in the formula using log table, find the value. Then for 90, 39.1 minus 100, 60.9. Now we'll do for parallel combination. For parallel combination what you have to do? Make this a parallel line. Parallelly you have to keep join these two. And join these two ends. And these two ends we have to connecting gap. Now this is your right gap. So first we'll doing parallel combination in right gap. Now when we are doing parallel combination, the effective resistance is less. So here we'll start with the value lower resistance value. So here we have started with 6, 7, 8 and 9. So here I will take value 5 ohm and 2 ohm. So 7 ohms I have removed. Again find the null deflection. Then tap it. This is your null deflection and the value is around 35.5. 35.5. 35.5 is for LR. Minus you will get LX. Now for second reading, I will remove 8 ohms. Make sure all the keys are tight, only 8 ohms are removed. Again tap it and see where you are getting the null deflection. This is your null deflection. It is coming around 38 or 37.7. It is around 37.7. 7. So on the meter scale you have to find the reading 37.74. I am measuring across this. So this is your LR. After 7, 8, I will remove 9 ohm. After 9 ohm, just drag it. This is your null deflection and the value is coming around 39. It is coming around 39. So 39 is your LR. Substituting the value over here. So for series parallel combination 7, 8 and 9. For 7 LR 36.5, 100 minus 36.5 you got 63.5. 8 35.5, 100 minus 35.5 64.5. For 9 ohm you have removed key, that is 40.2. 100 minus 40.2 is 59.8. Substituting in the formula you will get this value. Now changing the gap. Now this I have kept in the right gap. We have to just change the gap. I have changed the gap. Now I will make resistance box 7. Connect this resistance box, this gap. This is your known resistance. Known resistance is 7, which is capital R. Tap it, find the balancing line. This is for 7 ohm. This value is around 35. I can say 35.5. At 35.5 I am getting the value of LR. Okay, in the same way you will remove for 8, 9. So suppose 7 I am getting over here. This reading I have taken. So this is your 37 LR. 100 minus 37 will be 63. In the same way you will remove for 8 ohm and 9 ohm. For 8 LR is 40.5. 100 minus 40.5 will be 59.4. For 9 ohm LR is 42.2. 100 minus 42.2 is 57.8. This is your log table for series combination and parallel combination. Calculation part. Formula XSR LX upon LR. So you have to find mean NX, means for experimental value LX and LR, and for parallel combination. And then you have to write the result, what you got from experimental value and what will be your theoretical value. Clear?